Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. I am in the mood for some dramatic glam, so let me jump right in with my primer and let's see where we end up. I'm using this Essence Prime Plus Studio Primer with black clay in it, so it's the grey tube. I already have a new one, but this one isn't quite done yet, so I'm going to try and squeeze the last bit out of this one before I open the new one. Like nothing is coming out when I squeeze it, but I can still feel there's stuff in here, and I'm determined to finish stuff before I throw it away. So I'm probably gonna cut this open and like scoop it out sometime when I'm not on camera and y'all don't have to see me get messy like that. But I'm gonna just use the new one and I'm gonna put a little bit on my finger. That's how much primer I take. Tap it between two fingers, tap it to spread it all over my face, and then I'm just gonna rub it in. Next, for foundation, I know it is a handful of products and it sounds like a lot. You definitely don't have to do it this way. This is just to make it a little bit more fun for myself and to help me create more dimension with less blending. So I'm going to work from light to dark. So first I'm going to take this Camouflage Concealer from Essence in the color Light Ivory. I'm going to tap it right underneath my eye where I want it to be nice and bright, and a little bit on the bridge of my nose. Then I'm going to go in with an LA Pro Conceal Concealer in the color Natural. And I'm going to put it around where I just put that light concealer, a little bit more than you would if you're just normally applying concealer. So just load it up a little bit. Gonna put a little bit up here on my eyelids, here between my brows, and here around my mouth. Then I'm gonna take my foundation. I'm using this LA Girl Pro Matte Liquid Foundation in the color Natural as well. I'm gonna take just one pump, a little bit less than I usually do, even though that one pump was pathetic, so a little bit like that. And now I'm gonna dot that onto the rest of my face. Just spread it out around everywhere I put the concealer. Make sure there's something everywhere to blend out, basically. Don't forget your temples, because I've done that a few times. Around the jaw, don't forget that. I actually think I need a little bit more on the jaw, because usually down here I end up with nothing to blend out, so just make sure there's some to blend down your neck as well. Now while I'm doing this, the concealer is having a minute to sit, which helps increase the coverage of the concealer, just because it's getting dry and a little bit thicker, and then I'll blend it out nicely. But I'm lastly gonna go in with this LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Toast. I'm gonna use it for my contouring shade, and this stuff dries down really quickly and then you cannot blend that line away. So I'm gonna put it on and then immediately start blending that out, and then I'm gonna blend everything together. And then hopefully it'll go from dark to light in a very nice fade. But I'm gonna work quickly so that nothing gets stuck, so just bear with me. I'm going to use this dual fiber brush for the bulk of the dark, and then I'm going to go in with my beauty blender. This side is looking pretty normal now, but I'm not gonna lie, this is work, especially this nose contour. We'll see what we do there in a second. My hair is definitely not cooperating. I was definitely pulling it into my blending. But I have to blend it into my hairline in anyway, so we might just as well be doing that today. I think it came out pretty smooth overall. I'm very proud of that. You might have seen me trying this in a few of my recent videos because I really want to figure out this method. I think it could be really cool, and I think today it turned out really well, but I'm still gonna tweak it and perfect it and then make a whole video on it for you guys. Of course, my neck and my face not gonna match today, but we don't even try. It's okay. As long as you own it, it's fine. I do want to add a little bit more color here. I feel like I just blended that line away because I was too afraid of adding too much. So I still have a little bit on my hand. I'm gonna pick it up with this brush if any of it wants to pick up, and just drag a little bit of a shadow on there. There we go, get that contour going. The reason I have it on the back of my hand like this in the first place is because it comes out a little messy of the tube, and when the concealer for under my eyes comes out like that, it's fine because I'm going to blend it out in anyways, but I don't want too much of the contour in places that I'm then going to struggle to blend it out. So I try to go slow, get it out here so I can kind of pick it up and apply it evenly. The reason I wanted to use my dual fiber brush for the contour instead of my beauty blender is because I'm going to use my beauty blender underneath my eyes where I want it to be nice and bright. And I don't want it to transfer the dark brown to where I want it to be bright. So I use this for the dark brown to get it faded enough that I feel comfortable going in with my beauty blender. Anyways, now that the stressful part is done, I'm going to go in with this loose translucent setting powder. That'll be my little doggo in the background. And it is the Catrice Cosmetics Nude Illusion Loose Setting Powder. Just gonna tap some out into the lid, open it up, and I'm gonna use my kabuki brush to apply it all over my face. Now on to contour and highlighting, and I know more again. Yes, I want to be extra today. I'm using this Shade and Light palette, and I'm first gonna bronze a little bit. So I'm going to pick up this general face brush and I'm going to pick up this middle shade right here, and I'm just generally going to go in the areas where I applied the brown and down here on my chin where I didn't get to do that because I was worried I was going to blend it out. This again is just helping me add that dimension that I'm here for. Then I'm going to go in with a darker shade and contour a little bit, and then I'll tell you what I'm doing next. My face and my neck definitely do not match. Look at that color difference. So let's see if I can maybe figure that out towards the end because it's a little drastic today. But to contour my nose, I'm going to use this stubby little brush. I'm going to use the color I used to bronze just because I don't want it to be too intense. I'm going to go right here on the tip of my nose and again on the sides where I applied that brown at the beginning, just to drag it in a little finer. When I blended out the contour, the cream contour, it kind of just gave the shading in the background, but now I'm really just gonna fine tune it with this little brush. Now I'm gonna take this big flat shader brush that's meant for your face, and I'm gonna pick up this color and that color from my Shade and Light palette just to brighten up under my eyes, trying to get rid of those eye bags I have, even though I'm not using my ring light today, so they're definitely not gonna go away. Which just goes to show how much lighting influences what you look like, but I'm gonna go right here underneath my eye. And I'm going to go a little bit up the side of my nose, making sure not to catch my nostril, just to bring my nose contour in a little bit as well. Even though I said we're going to be ignoring the neck, I cannot take myself serious like this, so I'm going to take more of that bronzing color on the same big fluffy brush and just drag it down my neck to try and color it in the same color. Now when you are going out, you should try and get your face and your neck to be the same color, and you should use the right foundation, and keep in mind how much you're going to darken things up with bronzer before you choose your foundation so it can be light enough for you to darken it up. Now there is a lot of work that goes into it, but today I'm doing my makeup to look pretty, sit on the couch and answer emails, and get started on all my postgrad stuff I've been doing lately. So I'm more focused on doing my makeup for fun than getting it to match, but now luckily my neck looks a little bit better. It can take me a little bit more seriously. Anyways, on to blush. I'm going to be using this blush brush that I got from W Beauty, and I'm going to go in with this Essence blush in the color Beloved, pick up a little bit on the brush, and then I want to apply it kind of just here at the back half of my cheeks. I don't want to be too blushy today. Lately I've been putting it on like all over my cheeks, on my nose, on my temples and stuff. But that gives you a more youthful look. Today I want to go for a little bit more of a mature look because I'm going for something fancy. So just here in the back a little bit, and that's it. I'm just going to blend it out. And as you might have noticed, I keep going in with my beauty blender, not my beauty blender, my kabuki brush to blend everything out. And it's because if you're struggling, just grab a brush that's a general face brush that has nothing on it really and just buff everything together. It works wonders. Because I don't want to go all over my face with my blush brush because it has blush on it. I kind of want to keep it in the area where I'm applying the blush. And I am blending it out now, but if it's just not working, grabbing a clean brush and just blending makes it blend well with everything else because you can go over everything. On to highlighter. I'm using the highlighter in this BH Cosmetics Carly Bible palette. And I am going for gold vibes today, so I'm actually going to use the gold highlighter, not the rose gold one. I use this skinny little pencil brush to apply my highlighter, so I'm going to pick it up with that. And I'm going to apply some right on my cupid's bow, because we're going for all glam today. Right on the bridge of my nose, leaving the middle part, or rather this part down here, and then again on the tip of your nose. Now make sure it's like up. I luckily have an upturned nose, so I can just put it right on the actual tip of my nose. But if your nose goes down and you have a long drooping nose and you just want to kind of lift the tip of your nose, just apply it a little bit higher to create like an artificial tip to your nose. I'm also going to apply it right underneath my brow bone, even though I haven't done my eyebrows yet. We'll get around to them next. I'm also going to pick up a little bit on my middle finger and I'm going to apply it here on my cheekbones because I want to be all shimmery today. If you want to step it up even more and you want to be even more glam with your highlighter, you can apply a little bit on your chin, but like a small amount. A little bit right here as well, and blend it out with your finger. That's something I do to just tone it down and have it melt into your skin a little bit, look a little bit more natural. But if you just apply a little bit like that up here and here, it'll just give you like a glowing from within look. And of course you're wearing like a low top, a little bit here on your collarbones, look great. Now I'm gonna brush out my brows and fill them in with some powder. Intense is what we're going for today. So now that I finally have all the powders down I want on my face, I'm going to spray some setting spray. So I'm going to give this a shake and then spray it all over my face. And then fan it on, let it dry down. If you find that it comes out like little dots instead of a mist, you can just take a beauty blender, the butt of it where there isn't anything, and just bounce it over everything to blend in those little dots. Now I'm going to move on to my eyeshadow, so I'm going to bring you guys in a little bit closer.
There's a fire at the museum.
Can I come?
Yeah, but then let's go.
Okay, I'll finish this later. Goodbye. Okay, so we just did have a little emergency on the property, but everything is handled. I will tell you guys more about it in an upcoming video, so stay tuned for that. But I want us to finish today's video, keep the chilled vibes we started with, and I really want to do a dark smoky eye, which is appropriate considering today's events. But anyways, I have been wearing this face makeup for about 2.5 hours now, and I think everything is still intact. Got a tiny bit of creasing underneath my eyes, and I have a little bit of black here from our running around and activities, but other than that, I think everything held up pretty well. I'm just gonna put a little bit of nude powder on my nose because I was wearing my mask, and I know that does rub your makeup off a little bit, so just in case a little bit of skin is peeking through anywhere, just putting on a little bit there. For the eyeshadow, I want something nice and rich in the crease, so I'm going to start with a touch of this orange color and a touch of that light brown color. This is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. I'm just gonna blend it into my crease. I'm going in with a little bit of Just Riff to blend above what I just applied, just to make sure there's a nice fade going on. I really want that properly blended. Now for on my lid, I want a navy blue, but I don't really have one. So I'm gonna take the color Radio and I'm gonna mix it with the color Jet, and hopefully that gives me the dark vibe I'm going for. So first I'm just packing Radio onto my lid, kind of planning out where I want the color to go. And then this is the final result. Imagine, hey, geez, that would have been quite the look. But no, I'm now gonna go in with the color Jet, like I said, to get it darker. See, this is definitely more the color I was going for than that. I definitely smudged some fallout underneath my eyes, so I'm gonna try and apply a little bit of some brightening powder to brighten it up. Now for that edge that's definitely not blended, I'm now gonna take this little brush. It's got like a little bit of a tip to it. And I'm gonna pick up the color Punk from this palette because I want a nice rich dark color. And then with a tip on the bottom and the slant on the top, I'm now going to blend this into my crease and use it to transition from the blue to the orange. You'll see it's already looking pretty smoky just from me like moving my lids around and stuff like that. So just smooth that out with the brown. I'm also using it a little bit to just angle where the wing is gonna go. Now it looks straight on. You still have the contrast of the blue lid and the bright orange background, but if I tilt my head back a little bit, or if I just like blink or move around during the day, you can see it does have that transition where this is just, you know, plopped on. And even if I'm looking directly at you, you can see there is a little bit of a fade going on. You're not seeing any lines. Or at least I can see it in my mirror. I swear when I'm looking at myself in the camera, it just looks plopped on. Try our best to make it look even. You can run over it with your blending brush just to make sure you're happy with how smooth everything is transitioning. And yes, I know, all my nails are done except for this one. It's bothering me too, okay? I know. I just haven't decided if I want to take this manicure off and replace it with something else, or if I want to just repaint this nail like the rest. I'm a little stumped. Now for the lower lash line, I thought I'd try something a little different. I thought I'd make it shimmery. So I'm going to pick up the color Stranded on my highlighter brush. I'm going to apply it on my lower lash line. Try and get it nice and bright down here. Mix it a bit with Blaze, see how gold we can get it to look. Because I don't know, why don't we use shimmer shades on a lower lash line? Why does it always just have to be crease color? We might just as well mix it up a little bit, see what it looks like. We're even dragging it out under where my wing is gonna go because I think it actually doesn't look half bad. That's interesting. But it's not really popping enough, so I'm gonna pick up some of the highlighter color I actually used. Get it to shimmer a little bit more. And then because I still look a little top heavy, I'm gonna take what's left on this brush and just softly go underneath the gold. Just kind of give it a little bit of an edge like that. I'm going to color in my upper and my lower lash line. I used to be so good at doing this without my hand, you know, like pulling my lid down, but I got out of practice and now I'm so uncomfortable again. So now I'm trying to get back into practice so it doesn't feel weird when I do this. I'm sure it's a very cute look. Now for some liquid eyeliner, I'm going to try and draw a nice big wing. I wasn't kidding when I said I wanted it big. Before I forget, I'm going to put a little bit of inner corner highlight right there. Same two colors I used on my lower lash line just to get it nice and bright up there. We're going to ignore the eyeliner on this side because it did not turn out like this side. We're instead going to plop on lashes and pretend everything's fine. So first a little bit of mascara just to help my own lashes blend with the fake lashes. And also on my lower lashes to show today. I am feeling a little top heavy, so I'm taking a mix of Riff and Punk, those two brown shades. I'm just going to blend it right here under the wing and a little bit under, like so, to just cut around my eye a little bit so you can see where my eye indeed is. Those lashes, honey. On to lips. I want to do my normal nude that I do. I'm going to do a little bit of that brown lipstick and a little bit of light lipstick on it. You guys know the deal, but I'll show you in anyways. This Essence This Is Me lipstick number 19. Gonna put it everywhere, focusing on the edges. And I'm using my camera as my mirror. There we go, super cute. Clean up those edges. I should really give myself a nice brown lip liner. Let me know if you know about any good ones actually. Look at how empty this lipstick is. It is the Colourpop Midnight Snack Lipstick, but let's see if I can get anything out of here. Otherwise, I'm just throwing it away today. I'm gonna put it on the center and blend it into that brown until I have a good nude I'm happy with. This lipstick is a little gross because it's so dry, hey? Not my favorite thing in this world. I'm gonna go with my fingers a little bit, save the day. And as always, this Colourpop Ooh La La Nude Pink Lipstick. Brighten it up a little bit more. And then this is the final result. It's a very dramatic midnight blue thing I got going on. My under eye bags are really showing today. Try one last time to hide them with some nude shadow. And well, while we're at it, I think I'm going to go in right here underneath my eye just to round it off. I am looking way too top heavy as much as I wanted to love having a shimmery lower lash line. I'm just doing it with my contour shade because it'll work with the rest of my face. Well, that is the final result, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed making this video. Let me know what you think of this look down below, and I will see you again next time. Bye! For those of you that don't know, this is the neighbor, the partner in crime. Hello, internet.
Hi.
What you guys doing?
I'm just working on my code.
That sounds good.
Do you want to play?
I
We have to share.